Viewers, pictures tell a story. And look how much we've learnt by observation in a week. We know, for instance, that it takes about 176 bags to carry 353 crores of cash. It takes about 40 machines if you want to count the cash in about a week. You'll need at least half a dozen 5-foot-tall safe boxes in a 100-square-foot room to house the cash if you plan to store it like Congress Member of Parliament Dhiraj Sahu did in his hideouts across Odisha and Jharkhand. Viewers, it's not just cash. 3 kilograms of gold were also recovered by 50 bank officials. What we won't know, of course, and we must keep that picture of that cash hoard, viewers, in our mind. We must show it also on our screens. What we won't know, of course, is how much rupees 353 crores weighs. Because none of us working class folks presumably has ever had the opportunity to amass that much money. Unless, of course, we win the lottery. What are the chances of that? But the Congress MP certainly hasn't won the lottery. Had he won it, it would have been public knowledge. And the wealth would already have been declared to the tax authorities. He certainly also hasn't been on the show called Kaun Banega Crorepati. Because there, viewers, the maximum prize isn't as much as 350 crores. But because this is allegedly unaccounted wealth, we won't know whether Sahu, Dhiraj Sahu, the Congress MP, was a conduit or then just hoarding it for someone else. We won't know any of this, at least not till the Income Tax Department or another investigative agency goes public with the details. The Congress party's evasiveness and its reluctance to act against its Member of Parliament has led to the Prime Minister posting a damaging meme that could resurrect stereotypes that the Congress has been trying to live down for the better part of a decade. Viewers, at least since 2014. Look at those pictures. It's astonishing and astounding. Absolutely astonishing and astounding. And the Prime Minister is having a field day, viewers. He's having great fun. He just tweeted, though I must say, viewers, it's not in the light vein that he tweeted a few days ago. Let me take you over what he said. In India, who needs money heist fiction? The Prime Minister says, when you have the Congress party whose heists are legendary for 70 years and counting. And he ends with an exclamation mark, viewers. Now, he also posted a video. I don't know if you have visuals of that video, but it might be nice to see it. There it is in the middle of our screens, viewers. That's one of the characters in the money heist who has been made to look a little like Rahul Gandhi. Moreover, viewers, the spoof posted by the Prime Minister will puncture the Congress High Command's high voltage campaign against alleged crony capitalism. For a year now, the Congress has been accusing the Prime Minister for working exclusively to promote businessman Gautam Adani's corporate interests. But with an MP from its own ranks in the income tax dragnet, won't the public be within its rights to accuse the Congress of hypocrisy? I mean, after seeing this cash haul, viewers, you say, what is all this about? The Congress accusing the BJP of benefiting for cash, for funds, for electoral funds, a particular businessman, when it is actually from, or allegedly from, a congressman's own residences, his offices, that this kind of money is coming out of the vaults. Now consider why it may not be easy for the Congress to distance itself from the loot-tainted MP Dhiraj Sahu. The facts suggest that Sahu got some special treatment from the Congress High Command. Here are the hard facts, viewers, and I always present them to you to make you put things in perspective for yourself. I'm not alluding to anything here. I'm just putting out the hard facts. Does this man have a special status within the Congress? Now, Sahu failed to win multiple Lok Sabha elections, viewers. He lost in 2009, he lost in 2014. Costly affairs, very costly affairs elections are. But he somehow managed to bag a Rajya Sabha ticket. Not one, but 3 times. He has been a Rajya Sabha MP for 3 terms, this man. Many people say, viewers, that Rajya Sabha tickets also come with a certain premium. I'm not talking cash. But he must be a mighty intelligent man to be sitting in the House of Elders at such a young age. Or he might have some specialized knowledge. He's in the liquor business, so maybe he knows how to perhaps make great liquor. I don't know, viewers, but he certainly is sitting not once, not twice, but thrice in the Rajya Sabha. Dinesh Sahu even managed to serve as a Congress party treasurer in the state of Jharkhand. Yes, viewers, his late brother Shiv Prasad Sahu was a 2-time Lok Sabha MP. He's highly connected. Dhiraj Sahu, brother Gopal Sahu, got a Lok Sabha ticket also in 2019. Gopal Sahu lost against the BJP Jayant Sinha in 2019 elections. But both became Jharkhand treasurers. Clearly, Sahu was quite a bankable leader. Excuse the pun, viewers. Charm life indeed, viewers. Charm life. Do those pictures of him posing with Rahul Gandhi, Mr. Kharge tell a story that we don't know as yet? We don't know, viewers. There's a lot of pressure on the Congress party. A lot of pressure to act on this man. And the BJP says they're not acting because there is some special relationship. Perhaps even money has exchanged hands. We don't know, viewers. That's what the BJP says. Let's ask the big question. Why is Congress not taking action against this individual, viewers? This man who is obviously hoarding a huge amount of cash without explanation. There's been no explanation. We need to ask some piercing questions. I want to start with Abhijit Iyer Mitra tonight. Mr. Mitra, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Look, I don't know. I've never won the lottery, so I don't know how one can acquire so much cash in such a short time doing public service. I mean, I do a form of public service, I would think, by bringing the facts out here. You work for a think tank, so you also do some public service by spreading knowledge. Do you think in your lifetime, which I hope will go in for 1,000 years, you will be able to earn 350 crores from the work you do, from public service?
Absolutely not, Rahul. But I think liquor supply is also public service. People who need libation to make their day-to-day work more tolerable are definitely Samaj Sevis, and we should salute them. Mr. Sahu is a hero of modern India who is providing those who desperately need this kind of lubrication with the mental lubrication that alcohol provides. It is care. I think the liquor suppliers are the nurses of modern day India, providing much needed health care to a certain section of the population. Now, that said, we should remember, what was this money exactly meant to be for? Remember, elections in certain states have just gotten over, and this would have very much been some kind of a slush fund for distribution to party members. I think we need to be very careful about who is nominated to the Rajya Sabha and things. Many of these Rajya Sabha nominations tend to go to very large funders, to industrialists who have contributed to the party and things like that. Now, never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined that contributors to the party would be contributing in this particular kind of way. Now, what is even more important we need to understand is, why has all of this come to, why has this been detected? Why has such a big haul, for the first time possibly in India's history, been captured? It is precisely because of demonetization and digitization, which now means that any transactions that are done in cash over 2 lakhs are illegal. So you now have the ability to track and trace transactions like this, which is why you've been able to cash this. Now, before, you would not have had that forensic ability to, pinpoint and catch. So this is one very important point. But more importantly, what was this for? This much cash, even in an election distribution cycle, seems to be an unusually large amount. So clearly, this is some kind of a front for a money laundering operation happening, almost on an industrial scale. But money laundering for what? And all of this just goes back to one party, one set of election in 4 states, possibly another election coming up in about 6 months' time, the general election. This seems to be some kind of a forward distribution center. So all of this begs the question. Now, when you combine all of this, now do you understand why the Congress was so opposed to demonetization, why they never want to accept the digitization, why they keep screeching about electoral bonds, electoral bonds, electoral bonds, and the anonymity of electoral bonds. And then, finally, this is, one thing in itself is suspicious. But fourth and finally, the fact that they're refusing to take action against this man Sahu, except for distancing themselves. Now, one by itself is suspicious. But all 4 coming together, you now realize what the game is. Okay. All of this, I bet you, is money taken out of hafta, extortion, whatnot from other surrounding states, because I do not believe Odisha has the ability to generate this much black money all by itself. It would have been a forwarding destination for several election campaigns in a lot of neighboring states.
Viewers, I could have done the extra work by actually trying to quantify 350 crores, what it can actually by us if we were in welfareism, for example. How many meals for the poor, how many people on Manrega could have actually benefited from this 350 crores, several parameters, and perhaps I will do that homework for you till we don't get answers, because then you will really understand how much is being diverted away from the poor. And for a party that constantly claims that it is working selflessly in the interests of the uplift of the poor, Kamru Chaudhary, this is not looking good, especially the inaction part, sir. You would agree, a member of parliament caught with 350 crores, counted over a certain number of days. I mean, just look at the amount of cash, it's obscene. Kamru Chaudhary, surely the Congress should at least suspend this person pending investigation. But they seem to be brazening it out. I hope you won't brazen it out tonight.
Rahul, there is no question of being brazen in this particular issue out here. When December 2021, when the country was, flabbergasted by the amount around about 200 crores in cash being seized in BJP-ruled state of Kanpur, we are always surprised. We were more surprised when 50 crores were recovered in West Bengal from a minister's girlfriend's house. So today also we are also surprised, but all this is coming from different places at different points in time, wherein, one simple thing, to be very candid on your show, hammam mein sab nanga hai. There is no difference between which party's MP or which party's member is accused of corruption.
Are you saying that hammam mein sab nanga hai to sab changa hai? That's not the way, no sir.
No.
I mean, what are you saying? I'm not understanding. What is the logic? Everyone is corrupt, so it's okay to be corrupt.
No, who said so?
But you're saying,
when you are pinpointing the corruption or tax evasion or the chori of a particular person with the Congress party directly, that's why I said that BJP cannot claim to be holier than thou.
Forget the BJP, they might be worse than the Congress. I don't know. I have no clue.
No,
I'll ask Shazia Ilmi. I'll ask about all these other...
Rahul,
you see,
Rahul,
one second, Mr. Chaudhary, just one second. Before you start turning the lens on me. Remember, I have been with you on many debates where I have criticized the ED for not taking action against BJP people, for the BJP accepting corrupt people of those that are accused. So don't turn this on me. I just want to ask you a simple question. Be it as it may, sab hamam mein nanga hai, that's fine. Okay. Be that as it may. Should the Congress party not at least suspend this? You know, you talked about a TMC. One second, yeah. Minister. You talked about a TMC minister, right? You did? You did, sir? You mentioned
I talked about the BJP ruled state, the Pan Masala.
Yeah, the Kanpur or whatever. Then you also talked about.
Not whatever, that's a fact.
No, one second.
Yeah, but Kanpur, I want to.
One second, Shazia, I'll bring you in. No problems. I just want to get some clarifications out of Mr. Kamru Chaudhary. Kamru Chaudhary also talked about the TMC and that person from whose girlfriend's home, alleged girlfriend's home, a lot of money was recovered. Now, you look at what TMC did. They first dropped that person from the ministry. Not one, but two of them actually. Two ministers, when cash was recovered. I can show you those pictures also. So, they dropped him from the ministry, then they suspended him from the party. And that happened very quickly. In your case, it's been 1 week. And the Prime Minister is having a field day targeting you people, that is your party and your leadership. Not once, but repeatedly now, the BJP is going on an offensive. Your inaction is actually weakening your case. I'm only saying it in your interest.
Rahul, thank you. Thank you for showing concern for the Congress party. But as an anchor, I was supposed to not pinpoint your debate out here or what you are trying to project out here, that the entire money belongs to the Congress party.
I never said that. I never said that. Did I say it?
No,
show me one place I said it. Abhijit Mitra seemed to suggest that. He made that connection. I'm only saying, I only quoted the Prime Minister, and I'm only saying that why isn't the Congress taken definitive action against this individual? It's been 7 days. Okay, fine. Congress party is in the wrong in this case, according to you. Now, let me finish my point of view. Before that, you interject once again. Now you tell me what is the case of Himanta Biswa Sharma, against whom the BJP brought out a video of corruption against him. He has been made the chief minister of a particular state. What happened to Chhagan Bhujbal? In the court, the ED went and says that we have lost the charge sheet, how we are not going to proceed against him. What about the case of the present CM designate of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Mohan Yadav? After he was announced as the chief minister of Madhya Pradesh, there were plenty of corruption cases of land grabbing in Ujjain have come up, alleged. I am not suggesting that I know that he is corrupt, but these are all alleged claims that are coming up out here. You take the case of Shubhendu Adhikari. He was openly caught taking money from the people. He was openly accused in a Sharada scam. You have all taken them into their basket, into your Bharatiya Janata Party's basket, and you are suggesting that the entire money that has been seized from a particular politician belongs to the Congress party. Now, Rahul, tell me one small data point that I want to place before your viewers.
Can I come in, please?
2019,
let him finish.
And in 2019, and approximately 60,000 crores were spent in the elections, as some portals have suggested, out of which 16,000 crores were collected through the electoral bonds. Now that leaves us around 46,000 crores to be collected by cash. You imagine the number and amount, the huge amount that was flowing during these elections. Now that's why I said Hammam mein sab nanga hai.
Okay. So
now if the Prime Minister said on 2016 that Sara Kala Paisa wapas aa jayega because of the demonetization. Now my question to you is, Rahul, either you accept that demonetization has failed very badly, or else you say that the corruption can never be eradicated from the party. There will always be dishonest people in the political spectrum. But the discourse and level of dialogue that the Prime Minister is bringing out here in the public dialogue
Kamru Chaudhary,
is
look,
beyond.
I salute you, sir, for giving us this very well-researched commentary on the state of corruption, electoral corruption, political corruption in this country. I mean, I salute you. You've done a fantastic job, and I feel very privileged to anchor a show where my panelists are extremely well versed with the subject. But that's all very academic. I'm asking a very simple question. All of this is fine, sir. I accept it, and I believe that we have a bigger, larger problem. We must go in there, strike down these electoral bonds. I'm with you, and I say it very openly. My point is, Today, the shoe is on the other foot. You have been accusing for 1 year the Prime Minister of promoting the interest of one particular businessman and making money out of that. The money, however, which no one sees, is coming out of a Congress MP's coffers, of his vaults. So, you have said that the Prime Minister must step down. Constantly this is raised in Parliament. Today I am asking you, why aren't you applying this same yardstick to your own MP? Ask him to resign his seat forthwith, to come clean, suspend him from the party pending investigation. I am not saying you hold him guilty. You say, okay, till you are being investigated.
Rahul, I have got one simple question, counter question for you.
Okay,
Has the income tax authorities issued a statement on the seizure? Do you know, is this the proceeds of crime?
They have.
Is it?
They have.
Do you know that this is the money that Chhagan Bhujbal has been accused?
The income tax authorities.
This is the money that Shivandi Adhikari has been accused of.
Okay, no, forget Shuvendu Adhikari for a moment. I am talking about Mr. Sahu. Yes, Mr. Mitra wants to come in, and then I want to bring in the BJP spokesperson. The IT department has issued a statement.
Can I just
10
point
seconds,
out?
10 seconds.
One
If you let me.
One second. Yes. Abhijit
Can I
Mitra.
just point out that my dear friend Kamru is not answering the questions except to give counter questions to everything. All right. Now, imagine drugs get seized in an Adani port. The government has actually gone and caught someone peddling drugs, but because the port belongs to Adani, the ship does not, they accuse the ruling party of corruption out there. Okay, itna degrees of distance, even then it is the BJP's corruption. But we shouldn't accuse the INC, even though it was an INC MP's house, that all the money got caught of corruption. Next, they rail against electoral bonds. Just this morning, Raghuram Rajan, their favorite economist, quote-unquote economist, has been railing against electoral bonds, justifying this entire seizure, claiming that it is opposition parties have to do this because the system is
rigged against them.
So that means that entire 46,000 crores that Kamru is talking about is opposition money, because according to their own logic on electoral bonds, all the money then is going, all the
illegal money, black money.
Money is going to the Congress. Third,
Rahul, if that 46,000 crores is the opposition money, then why you should have been begging for elections?
Okay, one second.
Why
I don't know who's begging for whom.
Electoral bonds?
Okay, 1 minute. Let me bring in Shazia Elmi.
Against the opposition. They're going after their own people.
Yes, I have a lot to say.
Yeah, 1 second, Shazia Elmi.
Can I just quickly jump in?
Just 1 second. Shazia Elmi, the Congress has come out and said very clearly, the ball is in your court. You clean up your side, then we will think about cleaning up ours. You can't get away by taking in all the corrupt. You can't get away by queering the electoral pitch by coming out with laws. Till you don't come clean, we are absolved. How do you respond to this charge? And he cited some examples. Can you explain?
I mean, Rahul, how rich a charge can Congress make at this point of time? Instead of mentioning, 350 crores and more.
No, but Shazia Elmi, look, let's first look at it academically.
No, let me finish.
One second.
Let me finish.
They're not being rich, actually. They're not being rich. They are pointing to real facts, real individuals who have been caught out or accused by the BJP of corruption, now sitting in the BJP fold. So they are saying when there is so much license for corruption within the BJP, then we should also be given a bit of license. You see, that's the logic. Now, can you respond specifically to some, or otherwise we can all have general debates.
So,
Rahul, you are
making
up your own
logic.
Rahul,
no, I will talk about this issue on hand, because every time stockpiles and mountains of cash are intercepted and found. This is a standard spiel that we get. Instead of mentioning what has actually happened. Now, I don't know whether it all belongs to Congress party or not, but this is a Congress MP. His brother has been MP twice over. We're looking at Jharkhand and look at the vulgar display of wealth. And when you look at Jharkhand, where 46%, in fact 48% of people are malnourished. Imagine this government and this party and its commitment to the poor. that, you know, at a stage where 48% people are actually malnourished, more than 42% people of Jharkhand are below the poverty line. There is this individual who is an old Jharkhand hand, has been an MP thrice over. Brother has been a Lok Sabha MP from Ranchi twice over. And these are the stacks and stacks and stockpiles of cash. Cash! Electoral bonds have a digital footprint. They go through the bank. There is a trail. But cash, actual cash has been found there. And this is the brazening out. I hear Kamru Chaudhary talk, you know, broad brushing it and saying, oh, it happens to everybody, hamam mein sab nange hain. It's not good enough. And if BJP and those who have joined the BJP have been found of corruption and the cases are on, I don't think that the ED or any agency should slow it down or come in any way of their investigation. But that does not mean, no, let me finish, sir. Kamru ji, let me finish. You spoke at great length. You know, UPA time, UPA 2 in fact, it was Subramaniam Swamy and Prashant Bhushan who filed charges and there were complaints. What stops you from making these complaints against any of these people that you keep talking about and you keep bringing them in? Every time your people and your alliance partners are found with mountains of cash. Matlab, it's shameful to look at it. It's so vulgar to look at it in a poor state like Jharkhand. I mean, that is sickening to me. You look at the state and you look at this and you just say, how is it even possible?
Okay, let me bring in.
This is like staggering.
Okay, staggering. So the BJP says, look, don't try to confuse issues here.
And then to justify
electoral bond funds received through electoral bonds have a digital trail. They do. They're of course declared. They're parked in banks, etc. The SBI knows. But let me bring in Dr. Aman.
अगर नंगे हैं तो उनको कपड़े पहनने पड़ेंगे.
One second. कपड़े पहनने पड़ेंगे, she says. Okay, one second. So there are two issues here, viewers. One is about taking ownership of a larger process and reforming it. We can have that discussion another time. Today we are going to focus on the particularities of this case, Dr. Aman, and I want to ask you, are you satisfied with the Congress's response, which is inaction, total inaction, against their own MP who has been caught allegedly with a lot of money?
Yeah, Rahul, I waited patiently. I hope you will give me at least 1 minute uninterrupted, without any interruptions. First, I know facts are somewhat irrelevant in India today, but first let us look at the facts of this case. The vast majority of the money has been seized in raids on premises of both distilleries, in which this Dhiraj Sahu is not even a director. His family members are directors, so they have been in business for only the last 40-50 years. And they have run liquor. Everybody knows what kind of money is there in the liquor business. They have a liquor business, they have an infrastructure business, they have all kinds of businesses. They will have to explain to the income tax authorities the source of this. But I just want to ask, when the bulk of the money cash has been recovered from a premises in which this Congress MP is not even a director or not an owner in this particular business, then to say that this money is the money of the Congress party or meant to be given to the Congress party is, I don't know how we make such a leap of faith. Let me give you one more example. In 2011, there was a raid on a particular business group in Mumbai, right? They found around 10 to 15 crore, I don't remember exactly, around 10, 12 crores of cash, and they found large amounts, and the income tax department fined this particular group 60 crore. They asked the group to pay 60 crore. And now, the person who was heading that group at that point of time is a BJP minister in Maharashtra. No prizes for guessing, you know who it is. So let's be very clear. Politics and big business always go hand in hand. BJP supported Mr. Vijay Mallya to become a Rajya Sabha MP. We all know that. JDS sponsored him, but BJP supported him. So let's be very, very clear. As Mr. Chaudhary said, every party is as bad as the other. Just because we highlight one political party for obvious reasons does not make the other party any better. This is a raid on a business group. Mr. Sahu in 2018 declared assets of 34 crores in his affidavit, right? So there are about 10 of them. If you go to the Baldev Sahu group and look at the list, there are about 8 or 10 of them. How do you know that? How do you know how much of this money is Mr. Dhiraj Sahu's? Let alone knowing that it is a Congress party. Even that we don't know yet. The income tax department has not said this is Mr. Dhiraj Sahu's money. They've said it is from the premises of both distillery group.
Okay, it's funny.
In which this man is not even a director.
Okay, it's really funny, viewers, that we have suddenly started finding excuses tonight for answering. Let me finish. For answering a very simple question. And I'm only asking a very basic question here. Should this individual, at least in the interim, be suspended by the Congress party, given the fact that he's a member of parliament that can exercise a huge amount of authority, even in the context of a probe? Should he be suspended from
60 crore fine?
You don't want me to finish.
Stop a BJP
Viewers, there is a liquor label called black and white.
Becoming a minister.
There is a liquor label called black and white. All of us grew up seeing that label, black and white. Today, viewers, liquor is generating cash in both black and white. And it's on your screens. There must be some that is declared by this group as income. But to say that, oh, the entire family, a large number of the people in the family are politicians. And we all know that politicians, when they become members of parliament, renounce certain business activities. They give them out to other people to sort of run. We know this, it's called Benami. Now viewers, I'm not suggesting that there is a direct link. All I'm saying is the Congress party runs perhaps the most visible, the most vocal anti-corruption campaign against the Prime Minister. Mr. Rahul Gandhi constantly says, Modani, Modani, Modani. How does that square with an MP from his own party, his larger family's business interests being exposed in this way? Are people not entitled to ask Rahul Gandhi whether his campaign against the Prime Minister suffers from a degree of hypocrisy? That is what I was saying. For his own good, they should quickly cauterize this wound. Am I wrong, Abhijit Iyer Mitra and Kamru Chaudhary?
Absolutely
First
not,
you.
Rahul. They should. The problem is, you see, they never can. Because their sources of finance and funding are now under severe threat, especially since demonetization and digitization. And so this man, even with just 353 crores out of what Kamru admitted is the Congress's 46,000 crore black money stash, is now stuck that they are completely dependent on these regional satraps who provide these few hundred crores. They can never get rid of him. This is one man who is, he looks like a pawn, but in fact he's the bishop or the knight.
Can I come in?
Yeah, very quickly. Kamru Chaudhary, very quickly. Yes.
You know, your black and white must have opened a little bit early tonight for Mr. Mitra out here. But anyhow, pun not intended. The basic point that I wanted to... No, thank you, sir. But the basic point is that linking the entire corruption charges against Sahu to the Congress party is not fair. Rahul, when you are considering a balanced debate out here,
he is a Rajya Sabha MP from the Congress party.
Okay, you have got corrupt Chief Minister of two states, proclaimed Madhya Pradesh current Chief Minister, Mr. Yadav is supposed to be involved in land grabbing in Ujjain, and your party has named it as the next Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. You have got a CM, a sitting CM in Assam,
Okay. Kamru Chaudhary, again we are coming back to what about you?
I'm only asking.
So you need to walk the talk.
I'm only asking one question, Rahul.
Yeah.
You have nothing to say.
Has the income tax department linked this cash haul to Mr. Dhiraj Sahu personally?
Dr. Raman, this entire debate is taking place. One second. The entire debate is taking place, and I'm trying to tell you this from beginning. In the realm of perceptions, politics is all about perceptions. Perceptions drive politics and shapes opinions around issues. That is what I'm trying to say. Should the Congress party not... Okay, I'll leave it at this. I'll leave it at this because you see, viewers, there is no point going around in circles. Where there is a will, there is a way. The question is, why isn't there will? It's not as if political parties have not before the probe has even concluded, cauterized, removed politicians who are tainted from office. It has happened in several cases of malfeasance. Several cases. And therefore, viewers, one has to ask this question, why is the Congress dragging its feet? I don't have the answer. I was trying to solicit answers. I didn't get any.